So on the production side, if you want to be in development, you have to read a lot of scripts, which back in the day when I started, it was hard to even get your hands on a script, but now you can get them online. Just to know how to read a script and learn how the story moves on the page. Once you start to get some sense of that, you need to, if you can get your hands on different versions, to see the change. Or one thing that I did when I was an assistant to learn this, I was able to get my hands on the Thelma and Louise script, and I read it, and then I watched the movie. And you can see all the dramatic changes that have happened. Now that might have happened because this is an earlier script. That might have happened because actors have input in what they need. Like I heard that Susan Sarandon wanted to do the scene where she gets out of the car and walks up on the hill and looks, like that's the actor's idea. The director, of course, is changing the script and making it their own. So that was a really big learning curve. I learned a lot about it as a development executive when I was in edit. If you can get into an edit bay, the editors are the storytellers. They are the last rewrite. So learning that. So it's just about learning the different places a story goes. And then you really need to have a skill set to work with a writer. So even if it's your friends, other emerging writers, and you want to be a development executive, read their stuff. Give them notes, which is a whole skill set in and of itself that you will learn as you do it. My advice is ask questions. Don't dictate, don't tell them this is wrong, do this. That's not what development is. Development is, I don't understand right here, what's happening? What is this about for you? So the main character, I'm confused on what she wants and why she wants that. And let that writer talk back to you, and that starts to supply the answer of where you need to go next in the draft. And then you're going to do that with that writer. The trick is you don't do that once, you do that 5 times, so that you're really learning what that writer is understanding about it and what ideas worked and what didn't. There are a lot of development executives who don't do that, who think their job is to say, here's our 20-page story notes, right? And here's all the stuff we want you to do. Honestly, most pros don't do that. Even when you're getting studio notes, they're asking questions. They have ideas of what could, I want ideas of how to fix it for sure, to illuminate the problem. Like even heads of big executives don't want a writer to just take a list of things to change that the executive gave them and hand that back. Because I had one executive say to me when that happened with a writer, well, pay me the money to do it. Like, you're the writer, you're supposed to take my bad ideas and make them better. You're supposed to say my ideas are just illuminating the problems that I'm having. You're the writer, you come up with even better ideas. So that's they do have to have trust in their writer, that's why they hired them. So it's really just exposing yourself to that. Then in terms of actually getting the job, it's about becoming an assistant. That can happen because you're in the mailroom, that can happen, just you get into that company however you can, and you eventually become an assistant, and now your job as an assistant is to read scripts, do coverage, start telling your executive some things you would do in development, and then you get promoted up into the development ranks.